like Dr. Rakesh Maurya, who is associate at Sapio Analytics and co-founder of Radcliffe Life Sciences from Delhi. And we have with us Dr. Sandeep Budhiraja, whose area of expertise is actually blood plasma treatment. And he oversaw the blood plasma treatment of a COVID patient at Max Hospital in Saket, Delhi. So thank you very much. In lockdown questions, as you know, we open up to phone calls live from our viewers. And we also take questions on Twitter. So viewers, fire away. I'd like to ask the first question to Dr. Sandeep Budhiraja on your behalf, viewers. And my question to you is, what is this an alternative to? Your hospital successfully, you treated a COVID patient using plasma therapy. Without disclosing any identity, were there any comorbidities of the individual? How severe was the COVID case there? Initially, your patient was being treated with a combination of hydroxychloroquine and azithromycin. Was plasma an alternative to hydroxy and azithromycin combination? And how did it work?
So this was a 48 years old, 49 years old gentleman. He had no medical comorbidities. He was brought in with respiratory distress and pneumonia and fever. And he, as you rightly said, was started on hydroxychloroquine and azithromycin, which is normally the first line of treatment. He had to be soon put on a mechanical ventilator because he was not able to maintain his oxygen levels in the blood. But in spite of continuing the standard of care of treatment with the medications and mechanical ventilation, the patient was not showing any improvement. And that is the time when family actually approached us and requested us if we could try with the newer therapies or the so-called experimental therapies. And that's where the discussion on plasma, convalescent plasma therapy came up. And it was in this patient used on compassionate life-saving grounds. In fact, family only helped us arrange a donor. This is a lady who had recovered from COVID 3 weeks prior and was voluntarily willing to donate her plasma. So she was, of course, called in. All the required tests were done on her. And once she was found to be fit, her COVID was tested negative. That's the time when she was connected to a machine which is called plasmapheresis. And we took out 400 ml of plasma. This process takes about 2 hours. And then this was transfused, 200 ml was transfused to the patient. So actually one donor can give donation for 2 patients.
And what was the recovery like, Dr. Sandeep? How quick? Because very interesting case here. How quickly did your patient recover? And was it a single shot use of plasma?
Yeah, it was a single shot use of plasma. And within the next 2-3 days, we started seeing a improvement or a positive trends in most of the parameters. So the blood markers improved, the patient's level of consciousness, blood pressure started settling down, the need for ventilators started coming down, and we started doing what is called as the weaning off. And by the 4th day, he was actually off ventilator. Then for a day, he was kept on oxygen and a little bit of non-invasive ventilation. And 2 days later, he was shifted out to a single room.
Very, very encouraging here. Viewers, very interesting case here. Of course, the individual concerned was not a senior citizen, relatively younger, 48-year-old, no comorbidities, had dipped, and then became better suddenly with one single shot plasma. So the next question will be, of course, whether this works better with younger people rather than somebody in a 60-plus age group. Now, we've got a lot of phone calls already. Rishabh from Thane is calling. Rishabh, hi. Arnab here.
Yeah,
what's your lockdown question, Rishabh?
Yeah, first of all, congrats to you, Arnab, and your team. You're doing a fantastic job.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, my question is, what is the accuracy rate of plasma therapy and what are the age groups that can be used?
Yeah, that was also on my mind. Rakesh, would you like to take that? Your area of expertise, by the way, Rakesh Maurya, his firm along with European Medical Association, they claim to have a treatment of higher effectiveness than plasma treatment. He's working on using the widely accepted concept of plasma treatment, and he's combining it with something called adjuvant negative ion therapy. Maybe you can talk about that, but also if you can address the question, what is the age group on which plasma therapy usually works? Is there a particular age group? And the other question which Rishabh asked.
Yeah. Thank you for calling us for this discussion. As far as age group is concerned, plasma therapy is being used worldwide on patients who are having severe or critical condition. To use it on a young individual will not make any difference. I mean, it will work same as it on a person who is of older age. The technology that we are using is a kind of an adjuvant to plasma therapy called hyper iron negative. We charge the plasma hyper using this technology, and we can see the results. Like right now, even the critical patients, they are coming out of ICU or ventilator in 4 to 5 days, and it takes around 6 to 7 days in normal cases. With our technology, we can make the recovery. We have seen the recovery in almost 2,000 patients when we were working in China.
Have you got approvals from ICMR yet for a clinical trial?
We are already applying. We are already at very advanced stages for application.
So is this a kind of, Dr. Budhiraja, what Rakesh is talking about? Is this the same plasma therapy put in a different way, what he's talking about?
So I can explain that.
Yeah.
So just let me explain the therapy, this technology once again. The plasma therapy, convalescent plasma therapy is normal that we are doing. We are just putting negative ion non-invasively over the patient, and what it does is that it makes the plasma hypercharged, and the effectiveness of the plasma increases around 5 to 10 times.
No, so what my question to you is, I have so many calls, so just take the question. Is Hyperion plasma therapy working like the normal convalescent plasma therapy a cure for COVID for a person who is, a little more critically unwell? Or is it a way to boost internal immunity to fight the virus?
It's a way to further boost immunity from in the patient's body. So what it does is that the oxygen carrying capacity of the blood reduces drastically in this disease.
Okay.
With the hyperion technology, what we are doing is that we are increasing the negative charge on the RBCs, and its potential to uptake oxygen increases, and it also scavenges the free radicals.
So is this available now in India? Is this available or you're working on it?
Now, yeah, we have already a prototype available in Bangalore.
No, but is it available for patients, or is it just in a trial phase?
So it has to go to a trial along with plasma therapy.
That's what I thought. Yes. Very interesting. Very interesting. Before I come back to you, Dr. Budhiraja, and to you, Dr. Bagai, Ankur Majumdar is calling from Nabrangpur in Orissa. Ankur, hi.
Hello, Arnab sir.
Yeah, hi.
So before I ask any question, I'd like to let you know that I'm a huge fan of yours.
Thank you. Thank you, Ankur.
So my question is, how long would it take to get a clear view of this therapy, and would it be a complete cure or just a catalyst to the cure?
Yes, I'd like Dr. Bagai to take that slightly broader question. Okay, I lost the line with Dr. Bagai, so it goes back to Dr. Budhiraja. How long he's saying to get this therapy? Was that the question, Ankur? How long it takes to become effective?
How long would it take to get? Yeah. Would it take a clear view? I mean, how long would it take to the trials to go on? How long would it take to know that it is effective or something like that? Or would it just be a complete cure or just a catalyst to the cure?
Right. Dr. Budhiraja, please.
So you need to understand that this is not a magic bullet. This is not that you have a 100% response rate and everybody who's given plasma will recover and a life will be saved. First thing is, what time of the severity of illness do you choose to give plasma therapy? So for absolutely mild cases, it is not required because most of the mild cases will recover on their own without any treatment. When it is used very late and the outcome is not so good, so a person has already had multiple organ failures, is terminal, at that time the treatment is actually futile. So best use of this therapy is in patients who have a moderate illness, maybe who are not yet on ventilator, so it can delay or postpone or avoid putting them on a ventilator. So it's a moderate to severe. On the person who's just gone onto a ventilator, it can cut short the duration for which a person would require ventilator.
So timing is very critical, if you understood that. The point he's saying is timing is very critical. Narasimhan is calling in from Coimbatore. Hi, Narasimhan.
Sir, hi, sir. So I have one question. Under plasma therapy, it is necessary that plasma to be taken only from the COVID-19 recovered person?
Yes, I think so. Mr.
Yeah.
Yeah. What, I won't answer the question. I'm not a doctor, but please, can you complete your question, please?
under plasma therapy, it is necessary that the plasma to be taken only from the COVID-19 recovered person?
Yeah. Dr. Bagai?
Yeah, good evening. I think the harvest of the plasma from patients who are convalescing from COVID-19 is that they have the neutralizing protective antibodies. I think I lost.
No, you can be heard loud and clear. Go on.
Hello? Hello?
I can hear you loud and clear, so go on. Oh, lost the line there. Dr. Budhiraja, back to you. Is it from convalescing COVID patients that you take the plasma, or can you take it from anyone who's had COVID in the past?
No. So person has to have recovered from COVID. That's most important because the body mounts a response against that specific virus. So we want antibodies against that virus. So person has to be convalescing. So recovering from COVID. And typically it is said that once the person has recovered and is declared COVID negative by having 2 consecutive PCR tests done, then we give a gap of another 2 weeks for the body to get adequate titers or levels of antibodies, and that's the best time for the donor to donate. So about 4 weeks from the start or about 2 weeks from complete recovery is when we consider donor as healthy and having sufficient levels of antibodies to be able to donate blood or plasma.
That's interesting. Murthy is calling in from Bengaluru. Hi, Mr. Murthy, are you there? What's your lockdown question?
Hi, Azhar. Good evening. Are you safe?
Very safe, sir. You can see me safe and happy.
And whatever happened yesterday, we are with you.
It's in the past now.
That's the part number 1. Part number 2, whatever the plasma thing we are discussing, it's happening in Bangalore also, and few cases have been tested, and it is good going. One thing, and somebody in the call, they were telling that it acts as a catalyst. No, it doesn't act as a catalyst. This is number 1. There are doctors in the panel. They may explain you what catalyst does. One thing. And the other thing is, see, we are Indians and we have invented zero. So we will also try to eliminate this COVID very soon, and the war against US and Germany will fail. Either one is telling about the tablet, other one is telling about the injection.
Yes.
We, as an Indian, we will come up with a very good
I have no doubt.
medicine for
I
this.
have no doubt.
And also, 2 seconds. And also, Ayurvedic is a very good tool for this. We should explore it.
Yes. Of course, Ayurveda is very critical to boosting immunity. There is a lot to be learned from Ayurveda. But Mr. Murthy, I have a complaint against you. You made a comment and not a lockdown question. I've still not found your question there. I look forward to meeting you sometime, Mr. Murthy. I thank you for your comments. I agree with you on Ayurveda, Mr. Murthy. Totally agree with you on that. We'll have another show on that. We'll call you back on that. KK Buju, last caller from Delhi.
Hello.
Yes, Mr. Buju.
Actually, my question is, if this plasma is so successful in the treatment of COVID-19, then why it should not be given when the patient reaches there and he is not that critical?
Yeah, that's the point they actually made. Dr. Bagai, you can take that.
Yeah. Sorry, I got cut. My line got cut in between. But I think just as a very quick few points, this has shown tremendous results in the first set of cases all over the world, including the ones which Sandeep Budhiraja has quoted. I think it's a great work done here. Within 3 days, your oxygen carrying capacity increases. Within 6 days, you are actually showing a sign of decrease of the viral load in the body. And within the 7 days, your X-ray and CT scans start clearing. So it's great work. Now, with regards how this is being panned out is in US's, there's a convalescent plasma project which is happening, in which it is now even being tried for post-exposure patients, milder patients, and also for the critical care patients. So this will actually has shown almost a 21 to 25% decrease in mortality as far as the US data which is published. So I have no doubt that this is showing great promise.
Absolutely, it will. I also somewhere instinctively agree with the comment made earlier that India will eventually, I have no doubt about it, India and the number of Indian professionals like Dr. Sandeep Bujiraja, Rakesh Maurya, so many we've met over the last few days, we will find, I make a crystal ball gazing prediction today, India will lead the number of innovations to fight COVID, and we'll hear these success stories very, very soon. I thank you all very much for joining us today on the Lockdown Questions. And ladies and gentlemen, we had an interesting program. We will see each other again tomorrow, viewers. Remember, I've made a promise to be with you every night till the battle against COVID ends. So see you tomorrow at 9. Good night and goodbye.